Hey guys, it's Mike. Today's local hotspot. We got a little bit of an issue today. It's something we normally do, but we're gonna tap into it today because we're really focused and aware of this problem, and we need to bring you guys aware. I have Trish and Linda with me today. Trish is with Southern Indiana Animal Rescue, and there's been a problem that's come around about the JB Ogle Animal Shelter, and this is an ongoing problem now that's become very important for us to bring awareness to our local community. Our local community is very strong here in Jeffersonville and Clark County, so we need to keep that strong, and we need to go and ask our mayors and ask our public figures that we want to help, or we need help. We need to get this taken care of. So we're talking about the JB Ogle Animal Shelter and Animal Control today. And Trish, tell us a little bit about what's going on. And we got some pictures in the background. We're going to show you those pictures at the end. But Trish, tell us about what's happening here.
Well, what's happening this week is we had a volunteer go in Monday to take pictures about 11 o'clock into the shelter to take pictures of dogs, which we do every week so that we can get them to other rescues and get them out of the shelter to a safe place. This week, however, the volunteer was a new volunteer. She had never been to the shelter before and was totally shocked at what she saw. Most of the girls, and they are girls, we do have a few guys, are used to seeing the condition of the shelter, the feces, the urine, the vomit that seems to stay in the cages and on the floors. Linda did not, and she called me and was in tears and just sick at her stomach about what she was seeing, and she said she just can't take pictures of the dogs. She took pictures of the conditions of the shelter. In retaliation for her taking pictures, we have been told that the kennels are shut down. The public is not welcome back in the kennels. The volunteers or the rescues are not welcome back in the kennels. If you lose a dog, you will be escorted to the kennel, but you have to surrender your cell phone. No cameras are allowed back in the kennels. It seems, per the mayor, Mayor Galligan evidently is ashamed of what's going on, and he doesn't want cameras, which is the only thing I can think of. Why else would you not allow cameras? If you're proud of your shelter, I would think you would welcome cameras in there, but no, he has forbidden cameras to be in his shelter. If you want to adopt a dog, they'll have a picture of the dog that you can look at pictures, and then they'll bring the dog to you. My feeling would be that it would be easier to clean the shelter than to take pictures and escort people and dogs around the shelter.
Absolutely, and you know, you wouldn't buy a car by looking at a picture. You know, you wouldn't accept a gift. You know, if it's Christmas time and someone wants to give you a gift, they're going to send you a picture and say, "Here's what it is. I'll give it to you later." No, not at all. So I agree. There needs to be something going on about that. That's not right. So you're in your volunteer state. It's unhealthy, inhumane situations there, and now they're shutting it down to where volunteers can't go back, rescues can't go back, can't choose, and it's more of an ashamed situation that you feel?
That's what I feel it is. I haven't really talked to the mayor. Some of our volunteers have talked to Harry Wilder, who is the director and reports directly to the mayor, and Harry seems to agree with the mayor that rescues don't have any need to be taking pictures back there.
It's a situation. We pulled some information off of the website. During 2007, 808 dogs were put down. They say that it's, you know, they love the fact that in the shelter the number decreased to 236, maybe 20 a month by 2009, within 2 years. And then what happened is you know, how did it deteriorate so bad, and why is it so much shame that they can't keep it clean? And this is why Trish and Linda here are here, because they want to know, they want the questions answered, they want awareness to the public, so we can get these dogs rescued, cats rescued, and get these to keep them from having to be euthanized. What else, Trish?
Let me tell you, the only reason those euthanasia rates have lowered is because our volunteers have worked day and night to save those dogs. They have families, they have full-time jobs. Some of them go into the shelter every day to pull dogs. We do transports to get them out of here. We have foster homes. It's definitely not me. I don't go into that shelter at all. I go into other shelters in the southern Indiana region. But our volunteers that go into that shelter, they work tirelessly. A lot of times they use their own money. They use their families. Anybody that can take a dog, when they're euthanizing, anybody can take a dog. We find them. We always tease that nobody answers our calls on the days they're euthanizing because they know we're going to give them a dog. If they know us or know our volunteers, we're going to get those dogs out of there and get them to a safe place. Yeah. So, and our volunteers have done an excellent job. I'm so proud of them. And they rarely get thanked. They get yelled at. They get cursed at by the workers at the shelter. It's been horrible conditions, but they do it for the dogs. They don't do it for the politicians. They don't do it for the workers. They do it only for the dogs, and that's the gratification that we get. They put up with the abuse from that shelter only for the dogs, and it's not right, but they do it.
Now I'm told that there's $300,000 being put aside for the animal shelter. Is that, is that normal, or is that?
Yeah, that's a nice budget. Most of that budget goes to the workers, not to the animals, though. To the workers' retirement, to the workers' health plans, to the workers' salaries. Most of it's paid by Jeffersonville, and then Clark County. It includes all of Clark County. Clark County pays Jeffersonville to run the shelter, and they have no say into what goes on at the shelter. It's totally run by Mayor Galligan.
And so it's appointed.
And the director is appointed totally by Mayor Galligan. Nobody else has a say. And our goal is to get the politicians out of the animal shelter. There is no room in an animal shelter for a politician. We want a qualified shelter manager that knows how to clean, that knows when a dog has parvo, that's sick, that kennel has to be cleaned, and not to just let it die and throw another dog on top of it in the same kennel.
Yeah, there's a lot going on like that. In the news today, very much today, if a homeowner is caught with inhumane situations, having too many dogs or leaving the home and going on vacation, I just seen that one, they're cited, arrested, and put in jail for this situation. And then now we have unhealthy situations in a city, county run facility, and nothing can be done. I don't think that's right, and I don't think you don't think that's right.
It's definitely not right. It's heartbreaking.
So there needs to be some address to this. We really need to get this addressed by our public figures, our politicians, very much so within the next 2 months. Right now we're in the beginning of September, and there's an election coming up. So you folks out there that's seeing this video here today, please take note, leave comments, tell us what you think, call downtown. Tell them what you think. Trish, is there anything else that you want to close out with as far as what do you think needs to be done? Or what would help?
The help is to get the people out to the shelters so they can see for themselves what's going on. Today the shelter is sparkling clean. We've had volunteers in there and they're reporting sparkling clean, and of course it will be as long as the media shines a light on it. Once the media backs off, the shelter goes back to the same way that it's always been. So we need the volunteers to keep going in there and the public to keep going in. Don't let them get away with what they're getting away with and have been getting away with for the last 10 years. The Josephine B. Ogle Foundation donated the money for that shelter, and I think Josephine would really be upset if she knew what happened in that shelter. And we need to respect her memory and keep that shelter clean and treat those animals well. Very much so. Guys, I'm Mike with Linda and Trish. Today's local hotspot, a very touchy situation we want you guys to be aware of. You can contact us, or please once again leave comments and let us know how you feel. Thanks.